sir. I have 4:15. We're going to call the meeting to order. Would you please rise and join me with the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Sam Martin is absent for a work requirement. Martha Eldridge.
Here.
And Rick Morgan's here. First public input. Yes.
Sue Senecal,
Yep.
Wolfboro. I'm here representing End 68 Hours of Hunger, which I know the town does donate money to. When we got our numbers the first week in September, we were up 25% from what we were last year when we started. And that only goes up as we go on through the school year. It costs approximately $1,500 to $2,000 a week to buy food for the children, to have it stocked up. I know the town gives money at their meetings. I'm here to find out if we could use the hall because of the fact that 50% of the children we serve live in Ossipee, okay? And we've done a lot of fundraisers in Wolfboro. We've never done a fundraiser here. We've tried to use the school. The PTO has not gotten back with us. We checked with the Congregational Church, and they do a dinner bell on Saturday night, so that's out of the question for there. The next place we thought of was possibly the town hall.
Sure.
The only cooking that would be done would be the spaghetti. The sauces and the meatballs would all come made, heated, and we just keep them in the oven.
That's not a problem. I mean, we have a kitchen in here,
Yes.
which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah.
It is not a problem at all. The only thing that you will have to do is pick some dates
Yes.
and then see Craig, who is our rec director.
Okay.
He's the one that oversees the schedule.
Yeah.
I do know that there are some Saturdays which we have already approved for
Yeah.
different organizations, so find a Saturday night that works for you and is clear on the schedule. There's a,
Yeah.
make sure before you leave, do we have them in here, the contract for use of facilities?
Yeah,
In the selectmen's office is a little form,
Yeah.
and by all means.
Wonderful.
So just pick
Thank you.
a Saturday night, get with Craig, make sure the schedule's available, and keep us posted. You know,
Yeah,
there's
most
sort of-
definitely, yeah.
And we'll,
Would you be able to put something out on your front sign
I don't see any
to let people know?
I don't see any reason why we could not.
Okay.
That's something that, again, Craig, I think, helps with on the sign up front.
Yeah, it's whoever.
Whoever,
has it best.
yeah, so,
Okay. Where do I get the form?
in the selectmen's
All
office.
righty.
It's called a contract for use of facilities.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Probably check the schedule for you real quick and let you know what dates are available.
Okay, well, we won't be having a meeting until 1st of October, so.
Okay.
I'll check that. Thank you.
Anybody else under public input? If not, we'll start into the red folder. We have the minutes of the Selectmen's meeting which occurred on Monday, September 17th. I make a motion we accept them as printed.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, you have to second tonight. If you don't,
I
then
do.
you'll get nothing done. We have the minutes of the Selectmen's non-public and work session which occurred on Monday, September 17th. I make a motion we accept them as printed.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
We have the check voucher totals. Payroll for week ending 9/22 was $46,514.23. We had accounts payable for week ending 9/17 in the amount of $51,736.35 for a total disbursed of $98,250.58. Additionally, we had water and sewer accounts payable, which we track separately, in the amount of $3,545.59. I make a motion we sign.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
These are the check voucher totals. There is a multi-tiered review of every bill that comes in. It starts with the department head and then goes to finance. Reviewed individually by each one of the selectmen and initialed before it gets to this point. think I got them all, Martha. We have the payroll reimbursement request from water and sewer in the amount of $3,672.57. I make a motion we sign it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have the minutes of the Ossipee Economic Development Council, which are here in the folder if anybody would like to look at them. We have a copy of the Highway Department work log for 9/16 to 9/22, which is here in the folder. Last week we discussed a letter, quickly, this is to Gil Mastera. During the Selectmen's meeting held on Monday, September 17th, we were informed that you were responsible for completing a roadside cleanup along Andy Nichols Road and Dorr Street. We are indeed grateful for this service and cannot thank you enough for taking your time to keep our great town beautiful. With residents like you will make Ossipee a great place to live. I make a motion to sign.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And I'm gonna suggest, it's got Sam on you, and I know she agreed with it, make sure that she gets an opportunity to sign this before it goes out, please. We have a copy of an after-the-fact wetlands permit, which was filed on a property on Acorn Way. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. We have the consent calendar from the Executive Council, which is here in the folder if anybody would like to see it. We have a notice of decision from the Planning Board. This is regarding case number 18-1-GP. It's for a gravel pit on Chickville Road. It's a conditional earth excavation and reclamation permit to reopen 75 Chickville Road gravel pit. It's here in the folder. We have a notice from the Planning Board. This is case number 18-2-BLA. Danhole Pond Watershed Trust. They were granted approval for a boundary line adjustment. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. We have the monthly reports from our dog officer, which are here in the folder. We have bids on surplus vehicles. We had advertised for bids on two 2013 and a 2014 Chevy Impala. First bid is from a Cheyenne Allen. It's a bid for the 2014 Chevy Impala, in the amount of $850.50.
Just open her up.
Oh, thank you. Didn't see it. Aren't you efficient? Much easier. The second is also from Cheyenne Allen. This is for the 2013 Chevy Impala. She bid $633. Yeah, okay. Be smarter than the letter opener. There's a bid from Cole Perry on both vehicles. For the 2013 Chevy Impala, $1,300, and for the 2014 Chevy Impala, $1,400. A bid from Mark Day. He's bidding for the 2014 Chevy Impala. His bid was $501. This is from Mark Day on the 2013 Chevy Impala, $501. This There's a bid from Kent Mountain Auto. On the 2014 Chevy Impala, he bid $1,500. And on the 2013 Chevy Impala, he bid $1,200. Guess we had some interest this time. There's a sealed bid from Matt Scruton, Rochester. On the 2013, he bid $1,026.01, and he bid the $1,026.01 on the 2014 as well. Bid from Kevin Miller on the 2013 at $750, and on the 2014 at $1,250. We have a bid from Dan Havu, which I cut in half. His bid on the 2014 was $727, and on the 2013, $373. Didn't make any difference, he didn't get them anyway. The bid from Chicago Motors, from Chicago, Illinois. The bid on the 2013 was $907, and the bid on the 2014 was $907. This is from Cindy Stone, who placed a bid of $300 on the 2013 Chevy Impala. This is from Kevin Willard, well, actually from Doug Skian, placed a bid of $250 on the 2014 Chevy Impala. You have which one's high in both of them?
I do. 2013 for Cole Perry, $1,300, and 2014 to Kent Mountain Auto for $1,500.
I'll make a motion that we have our town administrator proceed with transferring ownership to those two highest bidders.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have the laboratory report. Bo, tell us what we're looking at.
That was for the positive on the call form.
Yep.
It was a negative. It happens once in a while that you'll get a positive, negative, whether someone touched it when they analyze it. Because coliform comes from animal intestines, and there's no way we could have that in our water system. We have a closed system. So I just had to retest it. So I called the state, and I just had to do the retesting, and we're all good, yeah.
Good. That's all we wanted to hear. The leak detection, we haven't seen it since stacking back. Didn't find any more major leaks.
No, they didn't.
You?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I found one this weekend, and I found one a week or so ago, like a couple days after the guy left. I'm talking to the state about that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed
Okay.
with what he did, that's all.
Different than what we had before.
Different person, yeah, they get different people, they bid on it, and yeah, just, he was too quick at what he did. He did the whole town in like 3 hours, and I just wasn't impressed with it.
Okay.
So,
And you subsequently found leaks after they didn't detect it.
Yeah,
so-
right beside where he listened, directly on a hydrant, one of them. I mean, it was right, the hydrant's here and the leak was here, and he couldn't hear it, so. It's okay, we'll find it.
Did they hydro test them?
Listening device.
Did they hydro test them?
Good. No, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we do, we go hold the hydrant for 10 minutes, so you can.
That's high.
old business. Brad, anything new on the, permit for sand down at Duncan Lake?
No, I did talk with Kelly today, and I had thought that those had gone out. They hadn't yet, because they were waiting for one more document to be attached. So I have them now. We will attach that document and get them sent out, so it's,
Anything new on 28,
nope, nothing new there.
I already know I've been talking before, there's nothing new on the side.
No, nothing new there. They haven't given me any more information as far as the maintenance agreement, which is what we need before they'll give us the go-ahead to do it and stuff. As I spoke to you earlier, coming up on the time of year we're at, I really feel we're gonna be better off to hold off on it. And that would give us the opportunity to reconnect with all of the people that couldn't bid it for this fall work, 'cause they were too busy to get quotes from them and get the contracts all, get the bids all in, get the contracts signed this fall, so we're locked into next spring with the best pricing and jobs that we can get out of
What
the
the
people.
earliest you would start doing something like that? End of April?
Yeah, I'd say latter part of April, we should be able to start excavating there, obviously depending on Mother Nature, but we should be able to start digging in there, then we can get our subs in May to do the concrete work and the granite curbing, and then also the paving would be the last thing to be done there, so, you know, all the plants, everything will be opened up and running by then, the weather will be warm, so we'll be able to get those in.
While we were in workshop earlier, we met with Steve, and he mentioned his concern about the generator that's been placed up beside OCC. Can we get a Jersey barrier or something hauled up there and then get in front of that, just until we can get something different, posts or?
Yeah.
Unless you have some posts around that we could throw in versus a barrier.
We do have everything to put them in, we just, like I said, we get the excavator for another week, we were just trying to keep that busy is all. But,
I didn't know.
no, we have, yep.
Maybe we'll get that in again before somebody runs into that generator that's
Yep.
put in. We did meet also we had a telephone conference with our assessor, and this is regarding a memo which I believe I read 2 weeks ago, regarding our assessment and the fact that we are we're past the point that the state sets, which is 20%. You're allowed to be off by up to 20% before the state can mandate that you do a reassessment. Now, we reassess every 5 years. It's been 4 years right now, but part of what happens, and it's not just us, it's towns all across the state, as the building market booms, then those sales throw your assessment out of whack as compared to what the properties are actually selling for. There are a lot of properties, several properties that we've looked at. I mean, one that was assessed for 200,000 sold for 4, one that was assessed for 350 and sold for 6. They are predominantly waterfront properties, which are helping to skew this in a hurry. But the long story short is, our assessment is out of whack. It was planned on being redone in 2020, and it is the advice of our assessor, which I completely concur with, that it makes perfect sense to move it up to 2019 instead of getting to the point where the state mandates it. Be proactive. We know it's off, and it's just off because the market's so good right now. But anything you want to add to that, Martha?
No, I'd rather make the decision ourselves to do it. If we don't, the state will step in, make us, and then they have control over it. Rather do it ourselves.
Well, I'm going to make a motion that we proceed with the plan to do the reevaluation in 2019 instead of 2020.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. If you would get to Todd and have him forward to us a contract so that we can get that started and we'll know exactly what we need to budget for.
Okay.
We have money in capital reserve currently.
We do, we'll have 75,000 once we transfer the money that was raised this year, so we'll just have to raise another 25 next year. which we're
We've been
planning
putting
on
money
to raise.
aside every year, getting ready for the reevaluation anyway, so the majority of the money needed to pay for it is already there. It's just the timing of when it needs to occur, so.
Yeah, correct.
All right,
Good
anything-
question.
I'm sorry. Yes,
I just had a gentleman come up to my house and he took measurements all the way around my house for a reevaluation. And we're gonna, is this part of the same?
what they do is they, 25% of the town each year.
Oh, okay.
They go out and they, what they're doing is they're trying to make sure that the assessing data on your property is correct. So you're in this year's 25%. They do 25% of the town each year. Every fifth year is when we do a reevaluation. We have, for the whole town, not just bits and pieces, but they take 25% of the town each year to go out and make sure that the assessing data is right, that you haven't added a deck that we didn't know about, and all of those things, which happen, to make sure that the assessing data is correct, and then they take all of that data to set the actual values. So, you're in that 25% this year, obviously, so, okay? Anything else under old business? Or new? How's things at the highway? All ready for winter?
No,
Huh? So you get to sand pile.
we got our sand piles pretty well there, we got another, day or two of hauling, we'll have that all capped up and ready to go. I did just get, our second salt bid came in, I think Friday. I'll present those to you next week. Both companies are identical pricing, so it's actually down a little bit lower. It's $1.50 or so a ton lower than it was last year. It's not bad. Yeah, we'll take that, so. Yeah, yeah. But our usage was up, you know, we overspent because of the spring storms. We're already over our budget. We still have November, December, but, yep, yep. Can't complain. That's right, so. But,
Thank you.
I emailed to Alan, you didn't get it? You didn't get that?
Or at least not since I checked it last.
These are the people that do all the work down there anyhow.
Yep.
Install all the, everything.
So you're looking at about 18, 19, about $20,000 altogether? You get 7, 8, and 6.
Yeah, but you can add that. Full margin so you can start up. Yes, you add that. Yeah, probably it'd be close to 20.
Okay. All right, but we know it going into the budget anyway. And this is important in the sense that we began looking at it and talking. Right now, we only have 2 water department employees. And literally, somebody has to go in every Saturday and every Sunday. It's hard on your help, and then if one is out sick for any reason or on vacation or whatever, then you got people working literally 7 days a week. There is now, and I've been surprised if it wasn't, there is technology available which will allow them to monitor the situation and be alerted by cell phone if there is a problem that then they can go address. And it looks as though that hardware and software would be about $20,000 to do all of the monitoring. So it's something we'll definitely be looking at coming into this budget process.
Yeah, because even right now, the tank that I have now, if you lose power here in town, it shuts the power off to my tank up there, so it doesn't communicate with Pine River. So the minute I lose power up here, the pumps will automatically kick on because it says I have no water in my tank. And this has happened. So I have to get down to make sure that we don't overflow the tanks, that overflow, obviously, but you just average it out, but that doesn't even communicate if you lose power in town.
Will that be?
That will fix that, that would fix that problem, that would fix that
It
problem.
would monitor both the tanks, the well,
Yeah.
and the sewer pumping station?
Yeah, yeah, one the other sewer too, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you think it makes some sense to, I mean, not in mind the fact you might even actually get to have a life, you know, outside of work, so. That wouldn't make a bad thing, so. You gonna have a chance to go over this?
I haven't seen that yet.
That's all right, but let's make sure that we get this together to go into the budget process with and make sure that we're looking at, you know, maybe some other couple, maybe there's somebody else out there that does it as well. On that kind of money, I do think that we ought to try to see if there are a couple of other companies, see what they come in at for a proposal and how much, so. All right. Okay. All right, anything else with water and sewer?
Just found a leak this weekend that I was working on today, it's a good one, it's a bad one, down in Arrowhead. That's where I always am, Arrowhead.
That's good.
Someday we're gonna have to do something about that. It's all plastic fittings, and this is an old leak, it's been there for a long time, I could tell, because there was like 6 inches of root mat over the top of it, and of course, roots head for water, so it's been leaking, but now it just finally got like really bad enough where it finally came to the surface. That should make a big difference for me, I knew I had a leak somewhere, I just couldn't find it.
The other thing on the new business, slash old business, is there is a complete copy of the completed audit for our 2017. It's here in the folder if anybody would like to look at it. There's always a copy here at Town Hall, which is available for anybody that would like to see it as well.
And it will be posted online too.
And it will be posted on our website? Okay. Be posted on our website if anybody'd like to read it there. Anything else under old business, new business, public input? Nobody? Easy peasy. We have our Wednesday swearing in and retirement dinner luncheon here for our outgoing police chief and a swearing in ceremony for our new one. And other than that, there's no meeting scheduled. I make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.